All right, welcome to the weekend video, guys. This is Enda here from bullwaves.org, and I am going to do the weekly update as usual. First of all, here is the homepage of bullwaves.org. Check it out. Go over there and have a look. See if you like what I do, and if you do, sign up, and you'll get the nightly updates covering all the markets that I cover here on the video. Okay, enough of that self-promotion, shameless self-promotion. Okay, here we go. Here is the markets. Let's get into it. It's been another interesting week, I've got to say, over the last few months. Has not been short of things to talk about, that's for sure. Okay, first of all, I would like to start this video by, just voicing a prayer for Ukraine that they might emerge from this crisis quicker than people might expect. There's something big going on there, but it's from a spiritual perspective, so I'll leave that for another day. But there is something big going on there, and it is maybe more important than we think it is. Anyway, that's my prayer, that war will stop sooner rather than later, and the suffering will end. Okay, let's move on. This is, and I'm not moving on, not dismissing what's happening, but moving on because I have a job to do here, and that's why you're here. Okay, here's I'll go to the 4-hour chart. This is Eurodollar 4-hour chart. This is the pattern that I'm working with right now. The never-ending triangle, or the daily chart, this never-ending triangle in wave B has always tested patience, but I remember we were back here in May last year, and I was calling for a C wave down, and I was getting emails saying, well, why would there be? I mean, all we've done is gone up for the last year, so why wouldn't we continue going up? And I was still calling for wave C down, and then wave C down comes, and we're down towards the bottom of wave C now, and people are thinking, well, why would it ever turn up? I mean, all we've done is go down for the last year. But that's the whole point. We've gone down for a year. We're seriously oversold. But that being the case, you can never be utterly and completely sure about this. But I do think that this is still operating within the triangle scenario for wave B. And I think we've got 3 waves down. We had a couple of false starts, but I do expect wave E to come pretty soon. Okay, so let's get into I'll go to the 4-hour chart first. Here is the 4-hour chart. Let's see, am I actually recording? I am, okay. Here's the 4-hour chart. You can see kind of a strange fourth wave played out over the last couple of months, and then completely reversed pretty in short order. And I do think we've got 5 waves down playing out here in wave 5. We go into the hourly chart. You've got the wave 4 top. You've got wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, triangle, wave 4, and some sort of a 5th wave trying to find a low right now. That's all I've been concentrating on this week, is signs to indicate that wave 5 of 5 is now coming to an end. In terms of, let's say, an Elliott channel, we're close to closing out that Elliott channel now. We do have a 5-wave pattern down. We do have an overall 5-wave pattern down. We do have a C wave pretty much done. We do have a D wave of a triangle pretty much done, as much as you could ever have expected. We're down to 110, which was kind of my long-term target. I didn't actually think we'd get there last month, but here we are. We're down at 110. I think the rally that's coming in 3 waves will probably bring us up to about 120. Mark this, put a bookmark on that. 120 in wave E over the next, 4 to 6 months. Let's see how that plays out. Okay, so I think soon enough we'll see a bottom form in wave 5 of C, and then we'll turn up next week. So that's the idea. Okay, here we are, pound dollar 4-hour. And by the way, if you want the nightly charts of this, you want the updated hourly charts every night, come and join the website. Okay, we've got wave 1 and 2 scenario playing out here. We've got a pretty much a standard 3-wave decline in wave 2. Not standard. I mean, it's a little bit funky inside here within the wave B, but hey, you are served what you're served, and that's what you got to get on. It's like dinner when I was a kid. It's put in front of you, you eat it, and you do not complain. This is what we have. We've got 3 waves down. Stop complaining. I think we will probably see a rally form over the next few days. We're still holding above that critical low there, wave 4 low, 131.61. So as long as 131.61 holds, as long as we have 3 waves down within a channel, I think we're closer to a rally than you might think. Okay, let's get into the hourly count here. This is the C wave here. The idea for a C wave that I'm playing with. It's a wave 1, 2, a nice acceleration, wave 3, pretty much close the channel with that third wave. A mishmash fourth wave. This fourth wave could even be, you could even call it at that high there. It could be a running flat fourth wave. And we could be working on wave 5 now. I'm not quite sure about that. We do have 5 waves up, which is the kind of quintessential, let's say, marker for a turn. So this is either a C wave of wave 4 or it's wave 1 of 1. So I'm going with the idea that it's wave 1 of 1. And so long as 132.71 on this chart holds, then we'll see what happens today. And obviously I'll be updating tonight. But we get a break back above 134 again. I think we're probably rallying in wave 3, and we'll probably push towards that B wave high there, 136 in wave 1. So let's see how that goes. In terms of the overall, let's say, projection for wave 5, I think we'll probably push towards 145 in this wave 5 scenario here. Okay, so dollar yen, here is the 4-hour chart in dollar yen, wave 3. Well, yeah, actually, I've changed on the hourly chart, haven't I? Yes, I'm working with the triangle count here now in wave 4. On the 4-hour count, I was actually working with a simple 3-wave decline, but now I should show you this actually. Probably you could probably call this a barrier triangle, where we butt up against the a double top within waves B and D. I think we're probably close to wave E now, or if we have wave E in, we should be rallying again into wave 5. But let's get to the hourly count and I'll show you that. Here is the wave 4 low of that possible triangle. Now I've got an alternate count for the triangle here, so wave 4 can continue. It won't be ruled out if we get 3 waves up in wave D and then 3 waves down in wave E. The triangle scenario for wave 4 in red won't be ruled out if that happens. But at this point in time, we do have a nice candidate for a 1-2 pattern here, with the possibility that we rally in wave 3 of 1 next. Yeah, probably should happen today. Probably should start today. Definitely Monday. If this count is correct, then Monday should break out to a new high above 116.40. If we do fall again, if we continue to fall below 115 today, then we'll probably trigger that alternate count there for wave 4. And then we've got 3 waves up in D, and then 3 waves down in E, and then we look for a rally next week. So let's see how this one fares out. Okay, here is the Dow, looking for that top in wave 2. Not quite. I don't think we're there yet, but hey, I could be proved wrong on that. We still only have 3 waves down, so I suppose from the longer term perspective, you could still class this as a 3-wave decline, corrective decline, and then we're going to rally, forever and a day after that. But with the impulsive looking nature of it, I'm going to stick with the idea that we are building a series of 1-2s here. Now, interestingly enough, on the daily count, this is the first MA crossover we've had since the rally breakout back in, let's say, July. What was that? July 2020. So approaching 18 months. This is the first time we've had a cross of the MAs on the daily count on approaching 18 months. Last time we had a downside cross was when the crash was happening in March 2020. So we've got a downside cross in play here. Let's see if it continues. We do have, let's say on the daily, we have diverged. We diverged slightly off the new high, and we have now kind of cycled downwards in momentum. So it depends now whether we continue down into a third wave, as what's shown here in the 4-hour count. So we've got a 1-2-1-2 scenario. If this wave 2 is done, then we should continue down in a third wave. and that should again shift the momentum more into the negative territory. It should start triggering some sells. Here is the hourly count. 5 waves down in wave 1. Not sure whether we've got wave B in place or whether we have a running flat wave B at this morning's low or last night's closing low. Futures a little bit flat this morning. Nothing to go on just yet. If we do get a rally, I think if we do get a rally today back above, let's say 34,000, that will put into play this running flat wave B and wave C coming our way. Now, minimum target for wave C has already been met. So if we spill lower, we get some sort of waterfall movement, acceleration to the downside, signaling wave 3 is beginning, well, then the wave C of the top is in. But just be aware, I'm just kind of allowing for, let's say, I'm allowing for the market to be even, continue on with its ludicrous or lunacy for another few days before the market or before the rug is taken out from under it. Let's see how that goes. So a wave 2 scenario either in and we decline today to confirm that, or we are building a larger pattern towards 34,470 is what I'm looking at, 62% retracement. Okay, let's move on. And gold. Everybody knows I'm a long-term bull in gold, and I am still waiting for that's the daily count. Go for the 4-hour gold count. I'm still waiting for a possible second wave to close out. Okay. And by the way, I'm still not entirely happy with this wave 4 count either. But we have what we have. Again, it's like this is what is put in front of us. Let's see how it works out from here. We haven't got a 3-wave decline in a correction yet. That's why I'm looking at this internal kind of grind to the upside as a possible B wave within wave 2. So if we go to the hourly count here, you can see wave 1 high, and a possible 3-wave B wave here. I was working with a triangle scenario last night, but it was getting very tight. And if we broke to the downside below 119 or 1912. Great year that was. If we broke below 1912, that pretty much confirmed wave C was underway. But we have grinded to the side. Well, we popped to the upside overnight, and we're holding sideways this morning. It's confusing. It's an overlapping, confusing, convoluted pattern, which suggests a correction higher. I think we may have 3 waves up in A and A, B, C, D, E, triangle B, a little pop to the upside in wave C. Not sure whether that's complete yet. I do think there is a C wave coming, so don't rule that out. Okay, here we go. There is crude oil. The inevitable, let's go to the daily count here. 5 waves up off the negative price lows back in April 2020. Whoever thought that we could get negative pricing in crude oil? Did you ever think that? Well, we did. We got negative pricing in crude oil. Now, here we are, 100, and actually it went in, what did it actually go to? Negative 30 or negative $40? So here we are, like almost $150 later, and all anybody can see is higher prices. Nobody can see lower prices. Absolutely everybody. I know it's painful for me to be a contrarian at this point, but I've got a 5-wave pattern higher. I've got a C wave of a B wave running flat. Running flat correction. I'll go to the weekly count here. You've got an A wave up into the 2018 highs. We've got 3 waves down into the negative pricing lows. We've got 5 waves up in a C wave into a. So we've got a running or an expanded flat correction wave B. Expanded flat done. Incredibly overbought. The last time crude oil was this overbought was back in May, June 2008. Okay, so if that's what you have to go by, you should probably start scratching your head a little bit. Okay, and if this is a B wave high, which I think it is, then I think the crash coming in crude is going to be horrendous. But anyway, we've got 5 waves up in wave C. We've got a throw over above the channel. We've got everything in every reason and any reason for people to go, you know, over and above and mortgaging the house to buy crude oil, just like in 2008. We've got a 5-wave pattern on the 4-hour count. Again, a throw over within wave 5 of 5. We've got a throw over. On the hourly count, we've got a 5 waves up within wave 5 blue of 5 green. We've got 5 waves here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Initial decline. Not quite sure what's happening here yet. Need more. Let's say, as I was saying last night, we need more confirmation in the price action. But you know, I just can't help but take the contrarian view. I was always contrary, as my mother says. The contrarian view is that this is a long-term top in wave B. We did have a war back in 08 as well, major wars back going on in Iraq and Afghanistan. We had major war outbreak. We had major disruption to oil supply. We had every reason in the world for people to be buying oil, and then we had a crash in oil. So, you know, it seems to me that the general public and the economy cannot sustain over $100 oil. It just cannot at this point. We're too soaked, drenched in debt. It's not possible. I don't care how much Putin wants for his oil, or how much, you know, the Saudis think that their crude oil is worth. It ain't worth it. So, you know, come back to me in a year's time, and if we're not trading below $50 on oil, or even less, 20, you know, I'll eat my hat. You can mark that one too. That's timestamp, you know, 15 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay, so still to be confirmed whether this 5-wave pattern is done in wave 5 blue. So you know where I'm looking. I think I've made my case. You can give me the counter case in the comments. Okay, here we go. Let's move on to S&P. There's a 4-hour count in S&P. I was looking for a second wave high. We do seem to be coming off the boil. I'm not sure whether, again, it's the same kind of scenario. Are we topped in wave 2, or are we going to go lower in wave 3 of 3 sooner rather than later? Let's get to the hourly count here. So again, it's the same 1-2-1-2 scenario. And here we have the hourly count. Wave 2 top in green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 waves down in wave 1. An A wave up. Possible triangle B wave. Completed with a 5-wave pattern, pop to a new low, maybe wave C. I'm not quite sure. You could also make the argument that, again, that overnight lows will form the low of wave B, and then we rally up to wave C again. I'm kind of on the fence about this one. If we spill lower today, if we continue to the downside, or I mean, forgive me, if we reverse to the downside, we accelerate lower, we could be in the realm of a third wave decline next week. So let's see how that goes. Let's go with silver. We didn't quite make a new high this week, which is interesting. The short-term count does probably suggest right now, obviously, you know, we've extended in this B wave high. So we've got wave C of B still in play. That's what I've been working with. Okay. Threatening the highs again. I'm not sure whether this ends up as a 3-wave wave C, or if we extend to a 5-wave wave C, and that's kind of what I've shown in the hourly count. But I do still think that this is 3 waves up in a B wave, and we crash again in a C wave. Again, you know, there's every reason in the world to buy precious metals and to buy silver and to buy crude oil and buy the stock market and go and buy all you like. We can't sustain it, and that's the problem. You're witnessing the choking of both, you know, if you could get any worse. I mean, really, if you just think about it, we have a tightening cycle coming in monetary policy. Whether they like it or not, whether they want to do it or not, they're going to have to be forced. They will be forced to do a tightening cycle in the US and in the EU. They'll try and use war not to do it, but I think it'll be forced upon them. So they're going into a tightening cycle. We've topped out in the economic cycle. We're imposing sanctions left, right, and center to crush economic activity. We are at extended hyper-valued highs with possible impulse waves to the downside. So we are in a burgeoning stock market crash. We will probably crack the credit bubble that's already in play. Treasuries will probably run through the roof in the short term anyway. Dollar will probably run through the roof in the short term. People don't seem to think that there is like a perfect storm right now. It couldn't be any better in terms of a complete worldwide depression. Hey, that's my take on it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, as they say. Okay, so let's see if we get. This is the fifth wave of wave C of wave C of wave B. You can see a possible triangle forming over the last couple of days. That'll be wave 4 of wave 5, and then we get a pop to the upside, maybe threaten 26 again in wave 5, and then we collapse completely. And that's my view on that. Okay, now I'm going to cut this short. I'm going to end it right there. And if you do want nightly updates, come over to the website. Obviously, I do some more charts as well. I do Bitcoin, and I do the DAX and the FTSE and NASDAQ as well. If you like them charts, come on onto the website, join up, and you'll get them every night too. For the moment, thank you all for clicking. Thank you for subscribing. Become a subscriber. Go click the subscribe button. I'm not scary. I want to pray again today for the Ukraine. The Lord's protection will be over those innocent people, over the hospitals, over the doctors, over the sick children that are suffering in those hospitals, over the cancer wards and the, maternity wards and everything that's going on over there. I pray protection of the Lord over them. I pray for the end of this war pretty quickly. And guys, if you haven't come to a saving relationship with the Messiah, it's time, guys and gals. Get off your high horse. You're a sinner and you need salvation, and you don't want to face God in your own righteousness, or what we like to call righteousness. As Isaiah said, our righteousness is like filthy rags. And filthy, blood-stained rags is what it is. So you need the righteousness of the Messiah, which is Jesus Christ, and just follow the rules there. Admit your sinner, believe in Jesus, and confess that he is the Lord of your life. And then that's it. Believe. You're done. I'll see you in heaven. And all this will not matter anymore. But like I said, I think there's something much bigger going on in Ukraine, and it's got to do with sending the Jewish people back to their homeland in Israel. Hey, email me if you want to find out more. Okay. God's blessings to you all. See you the next time. Peace out. Bye-bye.